Hey, Jack Squad, how's everybody doing today? Hope all is well, and I hope you are making it happen for yourself, right? Now, let me tell y'all something. I'm talking about the Tasha K, Ariane Curry interview, but first, let me say this. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Did I say make it happen for yourself? Because this is really what you got to do. Like, I'm really doing that right now. Drop down in the description box. All of my social medias are there, plus my email, as well as my Cash App. If you guys can donate to my channel, that would be greatly appreciated. You know, I told you all about my incident with my car, right? And the muffler. Child, I took it to the muffler place yesterday morning, which was hours. That's why I didn't do a video yesterday. I was sitting there for hours. Got up there at 9 when they opened. I didn't leave out of there till 12, and it was cold in there. Had to get the whole thing. My car is low. I got an Audi, it's low. I'm used to having a truck, right? I'm gonna have to get me another because the car is too low, right? It ride good, all that. It's wonderful. It's just too low, right? And my driveway has a little bit of a hill to it, just a little bit. But if you don't, I've been coming out and coming in, and it'll hit, right? So I know that it was getting loose every day that I was doing that. So when I went up on that other curb, turning around on that other driveway, it just tore it off. It just tore it off. But I have now, because what? I make it happen for myself. I have figured out how to bag into my driveway without letting the underbody hit. Got to go in over to the right side, up on the hump, then straighten it out. It ain't no straight, I was just straight bagging in. Can't do that. You got to maneuver around, child. Listen. Anyway, y'all, like I said, if you guys can donate to my channel, it's greatly appreciated. I have done so much. My house is about now, I want to say 75, maybe 80% done, right? All I really have to do now is unpack my stuff, my toiletries, my clothes. The clothes are still covered up and a lot of them is in bags. My shoes, my hats, my purses. I got to get all of that situated. And that may take me some days. Then I did get my kitchen just about, but I got about 8 totes sitting in my kitchen that need to be emptied. Some of that is kitchen stuff. A lot of it is kitchen stuff, dishes and all that. And a lot of it is stuff that I had in my bedroom and stuff like that. So I'm working on it, y'all. It might be 2 more weeks before I get it all together. But I did get me a dining room table. They delivered that yesterday and brought it up and, set it up. So I got almost all the rooms together except for the 2 bedrooms and part of the kitchen. Kitchen stuff is together. They came and fixed my plugs today. Like, every day is something. Like, it's just go every day, y'all. But I'm happy that I'm here. Good stuff don't come easy, right? It don't come easy. So anyway, y'all, I said all that to say, if you can donate, please donate. Please help a sister out. I'm going to find, so I need a man. That's what I need, a damn man. Maybe Mr. Right is here. But anyway, y'all, don't forget, like I said, to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Now that I'm here, periodically, we're going to see what COVID's doing. Like I said, I do want to have a meet and greet. I gotta learn a little bit because I would like it in this area, close to me or somewhere where I can get a cheap place, so I can meet my subscribers. Because y'all like family, whether y'all know it or not. The ones that I always communicate with, like, I appreciate all of my subscribers. All of my subscribers. I'm still trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. I want to have a giveaway. Don't forget that. I'm going to do the meet and greet. All of that is in the future stuff. Just gotta get settled in, and I have to finish my book. So now that I've got the house pretty much together, I can now, because I'm a scheduled type of person. I'm orderly, right? So I do this, then I do that, and then I do this, right? So I have now set aside some time so I can finish that up, right? So anyway, y'all, I just appreciate y'all for listening to me, because you ain't got to, right? Seems like my turtleneck don't look right. But anyway, y'all, I'm talking about the Ariane Curry and Tasha K. Now, let me tell you this. Tasha K has a huge following. I'm proud of her. Wonderful. Kudos. All that. Right? I just don't think she's a very good interviewer. That's just me personally. I want all the Tasha K people to come to me because I'm subscribed to her, been subscribed to her. I like her. I'm proud of her. She gets to, she gets the interviews, right? That's a wonderful thing. I just don't think she's a very good interviewer. Now, what she did right off the top, right out the gate. Now, let me say this. I have been being careful in what I say. I don't want no smoke. I don't want no heat. I don't want no, I don't want nothing, right? I just want to be able to give my commentary, tell my truth, and go on about my business, right? And so sometimes I'm a little nicer with my comments, right? But I'm going to say this today because I'm going to. Right off the top, I did not like what she said. She said, well, you weren't the side check, you were the mistress. So you're giving her credibility. She deserves no credibility. She deserves none. I don't give a damn how it happened. I don't care if she didn't know and then she found out. Because it's more than that you had an affair with a married man. The fact that you brought a baby into it. Now you done disrupted the whole family. You done fucked the kids up. They trying to figure out where this baby come from. You caused confusion. No, you did not do it by yourself, but you caused confusion. And the way she was in the interview was not how she was the other day when I watched that video where you said you took him with your eyes closed. All that. You trying to be humble with Tasha K. You was talking foxy just the other day, right? But anyway, so Tasha K said you weren't the side piece, you were the mistress. So I guess she was giving her some sort of credibility and making her feel good. You cannot gain anything by causing other people pain. Let's just put that out there. You're not going, God not going to reward you. Let's say you don't believe in God. The universe is not going to reward you for causing pain and strife in someone else's life. And in this case, it's more than one person. You got 4 kids and a wife, okay? And I don't give a damn what he told her, what she wasn't doing, this and that, because she alluded to that during the interview, and I'll get to that. Your job is not to correct that, right? So, anyway, I'm going to go on. Because that pissed me off right out the gate. I'm like, and then I didn't know. I'm going to have to do my research. Tasha said that she interviewed Melody, and Melody was afraid to interview. So evidently, she doesn't like Melody, or there's some beef. There's something that went on, and maybe it didn't go like she wanted to go. I don't know what it was, but she came right on to me in defense mode of Ariane, to me, right? And Tasha K, they automatically start talking about the girl hasn't gotten paid for the show. Now, this is where I don't understand. What should she be getting paid for? First of all, you don't get paid when you fuck some shit up. You don't get paid for that, right? You got to create your own money if that's what you want to get paid. Like she said, she's writing a book. Okay, that's how you get paid. OWN is not getting ready to pay you. The Oprah Winfrey Network is not getting ready to pay you because you was a side piece and put you on the show. And Melanie is executive producer, and I don't believe as long as Melanie is there that you will ever be viewed on the show, right? And she kept saying that the producers keep calling her and this and that and that. Now, let me tell you this. She says she doesn't watch the show. But the more she talked, the more I know that you do. Well, I know you watch the show anyway because that's human nature. You may have not watched it initially, right? But you watched the goddamn show, sis. You watched the show. So she said that she kept saying that they were using her likeness. I don't think she's as smart as she thinks she is because the likeness means a picture of you. I don't think I've ever seen a picture. And y'all drop down in the comments if they've showed a picture of her on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't recall it. Maybe they did. But the way she talks is like every week they showing a picture of her because she kept saying it's showing my likeness. I didn't get that. And I don't think she knows what she's saying, right? And I got a lot to say about this. So Tasha K agreed that she should be getting paid for the show since they talking about it. First of all, you're just a smaller incident. The show is about power couples. And I keep saying that. Black power couples in Huntsville. One of the power couples had an affair. Of course, it was talked about because it's reality TV. Now, she says that they were broke up before the show aired. Maybe. But she also had a baby. So they broke up and got back together, which is what people do. Now, I myself personally, if I was Melanie, I would have did the same thing Melanie did. So Melanie, I think she pitched the show. Melanie, she pitched the show. This is a bag. This is a big bag, right? She pitched the show. I'd be damned if I let Susie Bell come and snatch my bag like that. So I would have did the same thing. Even if me and this thing was beefing every day, we're not going to snatch the bag. We're going to get this bag because I worked hard to get it and we about to get it. Because when you're on a platform like that, that leads to other things, which is what Melanie wanted to do. Hence singing and whatever else she's doing, right? So Melanie has always been thinking. Martell wasn't thinking. Not with that head, no way. He wasn't thinking. He was making dumb nigga moves, i.e. cheat. Right? So, Melanie, the more I think about it, she already knew how this was going to go, whether it was good or bad. She had already had a plan, which you always got to have a plan, right? So this girl keeps talking about they using her likeness, and if it wasn't for her, there wouldn't be a show. Like, she really believes that in her mind because she said it all through the interview. Even if he hadn't cheated with you, even if you stayed in the closet, even if you didn't talk, the show would still be great and they still would have a show. You are not the show, sis. You don't deserve to get paid. Why do you think you need to get paid? Because you cheated with this woman's husband. Whether you didn't know, whether she kept saying he kept pursuing her, okay, I get all that. You weren't pursuing him, but you still interacted with the man, which resulted in a baby. So Tasha K, they start off with, they had been involved now for 7 years, right? So I guess when the show started, it was 5. And she is 30 years old and Martell is almost 40, right? And so they both, Tasha K, this is where it got, because Tasha seems like she was biased. Tasha and the girl, Ariane, was saying that they blame Melody for milking the situation. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with what Melody's doing because if my man cheated, my feelings is hurt, why not? And I see an opportunity to get paid off my pain, that's what I'm going to do. That'll make it, better for me. And the breakup would not be in vain because I'm getting the bag behind it. I don't see anything wrong with what she's doing. And remember, I don't even like Melody, but I see nothing wrong with what she's doing, okay? So Tasha asked her, how did she meet him? She said she met him at a barbecue. So she went to school in Huntsville. She went to college in Huntsville. Now, it's unclear because she said she went to college and she also went to nursing school. I don't know if she she was in college for a nursing degree or she went to nursing school after she finished college. Not quite sure. That's unclear. Tasha didn't ask that. She met him at her cousin's barbecue. She was 24. And his cousin, was a female, introduced them. And then Tasha, this is another thing Tasha did. Tasha was looking at her and was like, because you guys could be sisters. They don't look alike. She was like, he clearly has a type, pretty girls and this and that. They're both beautiful women, but they do not look alike and they do not look like sisters. Stop it, Tasha. Now, I don't know if Tasha was just gassing her so she would talk. I don't know what that was about, but they don't look alike, right? And then she says, the girl, Ariane, said, now this is what she says, and I told y'all she thought she was the cutest thing in the room. She said she's smart and likable. Because she said, well, why do you think Martell liked you? And she said, because she's smart and likable. And she described herself as the cream of the crop. She is the cream of the crop. That's what she said. I put it in big letters because I couldn't believe she said that. She said she is the cream of the crop. So right there, let's analyze that. She's likable and she's smart. So she's putting herself on the same level as Melanie. Right? And she said she's the cream of the crop. Okay. I was like, wow. Okay. So now I'm thinking, like, remember I told y'all their dumbness matched. They really do match. The more I listen to her, they match. And she said, Tasha asked, well, what is it about Martell? She said, he was smart. That's what she said. He was smart. She said she's not a floozy and she can count the number of men on one hand. And that's fine. I can believe that. But you discredit yourself by, again, having an ongoing, long-term relationship with a married man. So if you was a virgin when you got with him, it still make you a side piece. It still make you not. It still makes it not right, and people still gonna side eye you. She said Martell is 10 years older than her and did not know that he was married until about 9 months of knowing him. She said they were friends first. So, and she said she was very busy because she was in school for nursing and this and that. And she had clinicals, labs, school. She didn't watch TV, so she was busy. So I'm going to give her that. You was just so busy you didn't watch TV, you don't know what's going on in the outside work. I'm going to give you that, right? But this is the kicker, y'all, which I didn't find out till later on in the interview. She didn't finish school, so she's not a nurse. All this time I thought she was a nurse. She's not a nurse. She's not a nurse, right? And she said because all of this ruined her life. Now, if we're going by the timeline, right? She said the Love and Marriage Huntsville show ruined her life, right? I don't see how that happened. And because you got exposed, you can still see what the problem is. You need to get up out of Huntsville. Go somewhere else and start anew. Ain't nobody got to know you. Like, I'm here. I got cousins here, but don't nobody know me. I ain't did shit wrong and I ain't running from nobody, but I'm just saying it's easy to pick up and go. You choose to stay in Huntsville so that your life can be miserable and fucked up. That's your choice. And Huntsville might be a lot to her because she's coming out of Dayton. Ain't nothing in Dayton, Ohio. I can tell you that now. My son lives there. He stayed there, once he finished got his degree. He went to school there. Ain't nothing there. It's nice. It's friendly. It's safe. It's a white town, pretty much. Black folks is there, but it's safe, especially where he lives. So if you go to Huntsville may be a tad bit bigger. It's a different culture. I can see how it can be exciting for you coming from Dayton, Ohio, right? So she's still there. Now, she said Martell would not leave her alone, and that's when things got bad. She said he just would not leave her alone, and he was pressing her, right? And she says Martell was good to her. He was fun, and they were good friends. And then she said there would also be periods of 3 months, 5 months that they didn't talk. And then he would come. She said one time he came and he was at her door and he was on his knees and said, I don't have to come in. I just want to talk to you. So, as a woman, especially a young woman, somebody doing all that, applying all that pressure, you give in. I get that part. And she did say that, the 20-year-old Ariana is different than the 30-year-old different. And she's different now because she realized that she's not going to have him, right? And I'll get to that later. She had a nerve to say that she has a respect for all women. So she came on Tasha's show with a whole different attitude than she had the other day when I seen that video, right? And let me see, what did she say? She said women should have respect for each other. She said Melanie found out initially some years ago because Martell kept calling her one day. She called him back and Melanie answered the phone. And she said the statement that Melanie made, get the fuck off my phone, she said she didn't say that. She just said, she said that, but not without the cuss words. So then Tasha goes, say, yeah, because I never heard you cuss. Like, Tasha was being very biased to me. Like, you got a husband. You should not be advocating for the side piece, or whether you call it the mistress or whatever you call it. You shouldn't be advocating for that. And so she said she was disrespectful because when she answered the phone, she spoke back. She also says she takes accountability for her action. She said, but no woman chases a married man. She kept saying that. No woman chases a married man. He was chasing me, right? Yeah. And then she says she's tired of the narrative of them trying to make it seem like she was chasing Martell. And that's all they talk about on the show. And I'm trying to figure out, where did she get that from? Because that's not what I see. That's not what I see. And I guess in one of his interviews, he was like, they called each other. She said Martell always tried to clean it up, right? See, the thing I don't like about Martell is, okay, so you had a side piece, but your wife should have been your number one. You protect your wife at all costs. Like, that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If you had to slam her down, you got to protect your wife at all costs, right? Now, she said she was pregnant before. And because Tasha asked her, why did you have this baby? She said she's had 2 abortions. No, she had 1 miscarriage and 1 abortion. And she had just had an abortion, so she said she was going to have this baby. And she said her and Melanie were pregnant at the same time, both times. Melanie had just had an abortion. That's why she had her baby, right? And so Tasha kept saying, well, he was taking care of you. And did you ask him to leave his wife? She said, no, I never asked him to leave his wife. And then she said she started saying, well, if it's so terrible, why don't you leave? Because I guess he was talking about Melanie. That's what men do to her, right? She said, and she knew that she was young, and she told him to let her go and live her life, right? And so Tasha said, well, why didn't you do that? She said, it's easier said than done. Because Martell has a very good way with his words. Like, I guess he could be very seductive. I don't know, because to me, he looked like just dumb, talk dumb. But maybe he's different in that realm, right? And then she said she was done. She wasn't talking no more. And that's when he showed up at her apartment. And she said, at this point, I was in love. And that's when he got on his knees and did all that stuff, right? And she said he ate away at her heart. So if you put yourself in her shoes, she's a young girl. This man is showering her with gifts, cars, helping her with her bills. She didn't say exact, but Tasha was trying to get it out of her. But he was seems like he was taking care of her. That's why Tasha kept saying mistress. You know, paying her bills, because now that I know that she didn't finish school. She said she always worked a job, though. But she said Martell was very good to her. Now, I wonder how good he is now. But anyway, Tasha asked her, because he was in a relationship, do you think you know who the real Martell is? Do you think you're getting you just getting the best version of him, or do you really know who he is? Which was a good question, right? And she said she thinks she does know who he is. And Tasha said, well, you're sharing your time. He's sharing his time with you and his wife. And so there had to be some type of compromise. And she said they're both damaged behind this. She's damaged, Martell is damaged. And that's why they're not together, okay? I'm going to tell you why they're not together. They're not together because Martell don't have shit to give you now. He's got to maintain his 4 children and the one that you have with him, so that's 5. Shit then got too hectic for him. See, it was real fun when it was easy. When it was easy breezy, sneaky peeky, it was easy, you know? And you had the family money to give to her. Like, how dare you, right? Especially now that I know that Melanie was the brains of the operation. You was breaking bread with somebody else and your wife is hustling hard. Sick. And so now they're not together. She said he's single and she's single. Because Tasha said, well, you won. She said, no, I didn't win. But that ain't what you said on the video the other day, though. Now you're saying you didn't win. No, you didn't win. You sure didn't. You got a baby for life. That's what you got. You got a baby. You got a baby. She said she regrets being silent, right? She says the producers knew they were going to get a divorce before the show started, but they told them to fake it. All right? So there was some strife before the show started, but again, I would have did just what Melanie did. I probably wouldn't have had the baby, but you know, that's her husband, so they were having sex unprotected. That's her husband, right? Now, I don't know if I would have done that knowing he was cheating, though, right? She said, so Tasha asked, how do your family feel about Martell? She said they're mad because they see the TV Martell and then they see the Martell that they know, right? or that they seen with her. So now Tasha asked her, have you seen Maurice and Marceau with other women? Now that infamous picture that they showed, she said she's the one that took the picture. That was her friend that you can vaguely see in the background. But she said Maurice and Marceau had linebacker women. She kept calling them linebackers. So she said, define linebacker. What does that mean? It means they were big back. They were pretty chunky women. She used the word chunky, right? And she said she didn't know. She was curious as to what their wives looked like because they were with these women, right? Now, she kept saying that they had women on the side. They were at an Airbnb that they had rented, and they were down in Atlanta when that picture was taken. They were having fun, and they brought their side pieces. It's unclear to me if Maurice was married to Kimmy at the time when this picture was taken, because I don't think so, because this picture was a few years back. I forgot to write that down. But Marceau was married, right? And I think that's who they're really trying to throw under the bus for whatever reason. It always appeared to me that from the time that it came out that Martell was cheating, that he knows something about Marceau. And remember that time they were face to face, looked like they were going to fight? It was something about, Martell said something about, you don't want me to say this or say that, But Marceau is such a smooth guy. Whoever his side piece is, she's not going to talk. Or whoever she was, she's not going to talk. And she's not, Tisha and her mom is not going to let anybody come in and destroy that. Tisha would sit there and be miserable with him before she let somebody have him. That's just the way I feel, right? Now, Tasha said, you destroyed the marriage. She said, I didn't destroy it. It was already destroyed before she got there. And Martell made it easy for her not to struggle. That's what she said, right? And then Tasha was putting her opinion on it. She said, she said the last time she got pregnant, Martell did ask her to get an abortion. And the time before he paid for it. Right, but she didn't, ask him, but he paid for it. And Tasha was seemed to feel that Martell was to blame and went pro-life on us, right? I don't know where she was. She was all over the place to me. Now, this is what what's her name? Ariane said. She was saying everybody has a right to do what they want to do with their body, and Tasha didn't agree with that. I don't know why. She's a woman herself. But Ariane says she's against Oprah. She's now upset with Oprah Winfrey. That's what she said. She says she's upset against Oprah because it's Oprah's network, and she wants the producers to stop using her image. Like, I haven't seen her image. She keeps saying, and then Tasha kept asking her questions about her family, and she kept saying, two-parent household, two-parent household. So I was just as confused as Tasha was, because you're saying two-parent household, but you said your mother lived in one place and your father lived in one place. So I was confused, and Tasha finally said, well, what do you mean by that? And she said, well, my father lived here and my mother lived in another place. Tasha said, that's not a two-parent household. Like, she said that several times. It had me confused, but the way she was talking, it seemed like they were in two different houses. Single-parent household. She kept saying, I'm from a two-parent household. She's dumb. I'm telling y'all, she's dumb. She's dumb. Somebody may have briefed her before, she interviewed with Tasha, but they didn't do a good enough job, right? Yeah. And so Tasha said that they keep talking about her and it's overkill at this point. It is not overkill. This is a reality show, and they're speaking of their reality. And Melanie, being an executive producer, she has to get out her pain, and they have to tell what's going on, because this is what's going on. That was what's going on in their life, especially once the baby came about, especially when his kids didn't know. That is a storyline. It is. And it's their reality at this time. It's not overkill. It's their reality at this time. You know, and Tasha seemed to think that there's a time period. Okay, now we talking about that. Let's talk about something else. That's going on in their life right now. And it's affecting everyone around them. Bottom line. Right? What needs to happen, like I said before, is Ariane needs to disappear off of social media. Stay in Huntsville. That's where you want to be. But she needs to. But see, now she's planted herself. So now she's stuck there, so to speak, because the baby is there and Martell is there. Now, what I would do, I would leave. I would leave. I would leave. Even if I was in love with him, I would leave and try to get on with my life, because it's clear whatever you thought was going to happen is not going to happen. She's saying it like it's amicable, like he's got to work on himself, I got to work on me, which is true. But you wanted him, sis. You thought he was going to jump out of her house and jump into yours. That's what you thought. Then she says, Ariane says there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's going on between her and Melody. And she said, of course, Melody is mad. And Tasha wanted Ariane to apologize to Melody. Now, let me tell you this. Melody's going to be mad for a long time, probably forever, till she gets another man and has a happily ever after. She's going to be mad because this girl interrupted her. First of all, it was about the man. But then secondly, it's about the bag. You stopped the bag. You stopped the bag, Ariane. You know, they was flowing with their businesses. You stopped that. That you were part of that. You and Martell, dumbass, right? So, yeah, she's going to be mad, even though Melanie is quick on her feet and bouncing back. But we don't know if she's bouncing back internally. It looks like she's bouncing back, but that's going to take some time to heal. Then, and of course, it's behind the scenes things. So she said Melody came to her house with her girls. Of course, that's what we do. I'm going to come to your house, too. I would, too. I would, too. You know, I would, too. And truth be told, a lot of us would. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go see about this bitch. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Because that's human nature. That's human nature, right? Then she also said her and Melody came to her friend's house or somebody's house, and her and the girl talked for 2 hours. And so Tasha said, what did you talk about? She said, Martell. What else would they be talking about? And I think at that point, Melanie was trying to weigh her options and see exactly what was going on and how deep it was, so she know how to make her move, right? And then Tasha did something. And, you know, she said, you probably should apologize to her. Would you ever apologize? And Ariane looked crazy. Now, Tasha told somebody to go get her phone. And they went and got her phone. I was like, damn, is she about to call Melanie during this interview? Like, what? She said, I'm going to call her. And then she started going through the phone. Meanwhile, Ariane picked up her phone immediately. I could tell that she was a little frazzled and started doing text. I'm going to say she was texting somebody. I think she was texting Martell, right? I'm sure she was texting Martell. And Martell probably was on standby watching it. And I'm sure he prompted her and gaslit her and told her all what to say and not to say, right? Even though she said they're not together. I just don't believe he didn't have anything to do with that. So then Tasha's going through the phone. I was like, ooh, she about to call her. I'm waiting, pins and needles, right? Tasha then says, I got a new phone. I don't have the number. So I don't know if she was bullshitting. I don't know if that was if she really did have the number on another phone and they didn't transfer over. I don't know. But it frazzled Ariane. She was clearly frazzled. And she said, well, no, I don't feel like, I don't think we should. I don't want to say, you know, she was going on and on. And she said, well, no, I'm not comfortable with that and blah, 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 blah. She kept saying that, right? You know, I don't know what that was that Tasha did, but she actually had this girl thinking she was getting ready to call Melody. And maybe she thought she was, and maybe, let's say, maybe she don't have the number on her phone. I don't know if she was playing with her. I don't know what that was about, right? But the girl was clearly frazzled, right? And then, again, Ariane bring up the fact. See, she keeps bringing this up. That's why I keep talking about it, because I was writing as she was talking that she's carrying the show. You are not carrying the show. Who told you that? Who told you that? You're not carrying the show. Let's say your name was Booger Bear. The fact that the man cheated is what's the show about, not you per se. It's the fact that he cheated and produced a baby. Has nothing to do with you per se. It's the fact, it's what's going on between this married power couple who were the power couple on the show. Nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. And then she says, so Tasha kept trying to pressure her to apologize to Melody. But she said she had too much, this is the part that got me. She said she's had too much done to her. Ariane said she had too much done to her, right? And now you bragging about you took this woman's husband with your eyes closed, but too much been done to you? And so then she dropped the bombshell. She said that Melanie was cheating with their lawyer, okay? And Martell found out. And the attorney also had a fiance who follows Ariane on social media. And she told that we'll say it one more time, Mel was cheating with the lawyer, and I guess that might have been who she was at dinner with, and Martell was filming, and this guy had a fiance, and now the fiance and Ariane have clicked up, all right? Tasha asked her, do you think that karma, that you're going to get karma for that? And she said she believes she's living in her karma right now, right? And she, again, went back to the storyline. Tasha asked her, what would you like to say before we, wrap this up? And she said she wants the producers to stop talking about her. That's not going to happen, right? She said they called her. Now, they promised her at one time to be on the show, right? And then she says she denied it, said, no, I don't want to be on it, right? And then she said that's why they did that when he was saying about the DNA. She said that was staged. That was staged. That's what she said. And the producers told her to be quiet. They told her to be quiet about she said after she kept talking about Maurice and Marceau had a side piece, she said producers called her and told her to be quiet. And she said they didn't actually say be quiet, but they said if you do be quiet, then we can put you into the show. That she would be able to film. So they was trying to bribe her to be quiet, right? She wants to film really, really bad. She wants to be on that show really, really, really bad. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what she say. She wants to be on that show. She really, literally wants to step into Melody's shoes. And a lot of times that's what side pieces do. They want to step into that. The side piece I know about, that's been a side piece almost 20 years. I remember one time, she went and got a car just like the wife's. Exactly like it. That's weird, right? And these are grown people I'm talking about. And then that's when she said that she never finished nursing school because she feel like Love and Marriage Huntsville stole her joy from nursing school. You stole your own joy. You allowed your joy to be stolen, right? She has an online clothing business, and she says she'll be writing a book that'll drop in the springtime. And of course she's writing a book because she wants to get Melody back. She's not putting herself in the position of Melody like, you got my man, you took my man, you caused this, you got a baby. Of course I'm mad. Of course I'll make a song. And I'm gonna attack you every chance I get, right? Yeah, so I got down here. She's still talking about her likeness, right? When Tasha asked her, is there anything else you want to say? She said, and then she said, well, what do you think about Martell? And she said, Martell is a good man. And Tasha said, you speak real highly of him. You always take up for him. And she said, would you marry him? Would you marry him if he asked you? Right? And she went back and forth with an answer that was ineligible, right? Basically, she would. She said, well, I don't know. He's not going to ask. And, well, no, we got to fix ourselves. She did that roundabout thing, right? Now, like I said, she did not have that same energy she had when I saw the live, right? She didn't have that same energy. Because if you say I took this man in my sleep, your energy would have been way more aggressive than it was with Tasha K in that interview. You know, she was talking about women need to stick together and respect each other. You know, she was saying all kind of stuff that she hasn't done, right? So at any rate, y'all, like I said before, Tasha asked some questions, and she didn't ask all the good questions, and then she showed her biasness, right? And her views, you know, because she was talking about abortion, like Martell's going to go to hell for that. You know, to me, y'all, she gets to people. I'm not going to take that from her. She gets to people. She gets to people. And a lot of times people in social media world or the outside world, they want to talk to Tasha because they want to get their point across. And she gets them. She gets them. I don't know if she pays them. She probably fly them out and feed them. I don't know what they get. But she does get them. But to me, she's just not a good interviewer. But she did get some questions answered, right? So anyway, that was that interview. I personally don't think she should get a platform to speak. I don't. Because we're giving her credibility. Right? That's why I told y'all before I did that, you know, my commentary about it, I didn't want to give her credibility because, you know, I've been in her shoes and I know that, and not in her shoes, but I've been in Melanie's shoes. And I know that shit hurts. And we don't want to reward bad behavior. We don't want to reward bad behavior. But anyway, guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Drop down in the description box all my social medias, my Cash App, my email. Please donate to my channel. I need you guys' help. I'm trying to do a lot of things, y'all. I'm trying to do a lot of things. And I'm focused now that I'm here. I'm focused on building my channel, right? I need to build my channel. So I'm asking for you guys' help. Anyway, guys, I got some feedback. Yeah, I got some feedback about the, what I want to talk about, the, what do black men want from us, right? So that's going to be the live, what black men want from us. Just haven't decided on the day. And also, I'm going to be talking about dating a narcissist. I've talked about it before, but it's real present in my life, right? And I see it's present in other people's lives as I look at social media. So I'm going to be talking about that again, probably tomorrow or the next day. You know, I haven't decided if it's going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday when I do the live. It may be Friday. I want to do it Saturday afternoon because I think people will be at home. But anyway, my subscribers told me it doesn't matter if it's 5 or 6 people. We enjoy it. So I appreciate that, y'all. So anyway, thanks for watching Jacquie with a Q. Everybody be safe. Bye-bye.